don't worry, he likes you. So one day after we were pretty much wrapping the film up, I get a call, and then Richard Kaufman. Erik, it's Richard. Yeah, I know that Richard says it on the phone. I just want to tell you something. Oh, what's that? Without you, we don't have a motherfucking movie. I'm in the editing bay, I gotta go. Down this way. That is the highest praise I got, besides your wonderful applause. And so we joke about that, he and I, to this day. But as I say, you can see all this stuff. One little bit I was just saying to my friend Linda, the incidental music you heard in the background, we had real trouble clearing music because certain people, are still loyal to Yoko, and they didn't, if Yoko really had known what we were doing, she wouldn't be too happy. So we had to do everything in secret. Anyway, so the incidental music that kind of sounds Beatles-ish in places, and those beautiful string arrangements, that was all written by a 25-year-old kid, Berkeley graduate, and he was visiting his dad in Bulgaria when lockdown happened. So he was stuck there, but he was able to compose just by us talking to him on the phone. I mean, just phenomenal talent that went into making what you just saw. As a matter of fact, at the beginning when May is telling her story, we had a song there, little itty pretty one, that little bitty pretty one. And initially that was going to be Spanish Harlem, but Sony owns the rights to Spanish Harlem. Sony also owns all the rights to the Beatles stuff. And Yoko was still spry enough for her people at the time that they put in a cost. No Sony music. So that's why we had to substitute the other song. But the most expensive thing in making a documentary film is the music. The sync rights can be insanely expensive. So, because it can be anything. It can be anything somebody, we still there.
You lost the microphone.
I lost my mic too. So I'll just have to shout, our top story tonight. Anyway, so,
If anyone has any questions
yeah.
for Erik, just raise your hand. Feel free to ask.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, it's back.
You mentioned Yoko.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this or not, but was there any thought to approaching her about appearing in this film? I mean,
Well, she didn't.
As an interview subject, not just past footage.
Oh, no. I think now, unfortunately, her health has been bad for a long time, and she has, she's got MS, she's got dementia. I mean, she's not even in the Dakota anymore. She is basically in almost like hospice. She's up at their upstate New York house. I don't think she's ever going to return, but she's can't walk or anything. I mean, even 7 years ago when we did 8 days a week, I was at the premiere in London for 8 days, and was standing, like where my friend Joe is here, like right next to her, pretty much. And it was very sad because she was talking to Paul McCartney, and she was calling him John. So she was, she put on a really good show, but she was struggling 7 years ago. And I mean, she turned 90 this past February, so I mean, she's put in a pretty good run. But I think it would have been too upsetting for her in any way. But thank God Julian was in our film, because Julian and Sean is now controlling what Yoko used to control of the Beatles. So, because the two brothers are very tight, Sean let it happen. We got away with stuff in that film. I have no idea how we did it, but
She does not come off looking good in this film.
she doesn't know. And Sean is a pretty cool guy too. He kind of calls it the way it is. So I think he loves his mom, but I think the story is true. It's very hard to judge people 50 years later. And I mean, I'm not making an excuse for Yoko. She's done some really amazing charitable things that people don't know about. But the story is what it was, and it's very sad.
Any other questions? Anyone have a question for Erik, who worked on the film? And it was very emotional for me, Erik. This is the second time I've seen it, and it's tough to watch.
It's when you get to the part with Julian and his dad that I'm useless for a few minutes.
It makes you wonder. I mean, things could have been a lot different if things didn't turn out the way they did in terms of May. They were about to buy a house.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And it is, we got one up here, yes.
So I'm led to believe from this movie that the trip to Disney World was the last time Julian maybe saw his father?
Oh, no. They continued. Once once John went back to Yoko, Yoko was smart enough to sort of sit there, okay, you know, I guess this guy, he's coming, you know, all the time with us. And so, yeah, they continued. But I think what Julian was saying is he got to keep seeing May because May was so close with his mom, you know, right to the end of Cynthia's days. Yes?
Yes.
Will this be coming out on disc sometime in the future?
We sure hope so. You know, we're trying to get the right streaming deal together, which you know, the picture's been done for a year and a half. And so it's really just finding the right distribution deal. And hopefully then, yes, a disc will follow. And hopefully, if that does happen, I've got some really cool DVD extras lined up for it. Wink, wink. Anything else?
I mean, the film is gonna hold its own for years and years to come. It's one of those documentaries that rise above so many others, and you did such a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for spending a bit of your Patriots Day evening with us. I really appreciate everyone coming out, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Erik Taros, the last weekend. Thank you, Erik. Thank